Kia ora, no mai, haere mai. Welcome back to Cowells Stadium, Day 3. It is finals day here at the 2023 New Zealand Nationals for wheelchair rugby. My name is Bevin Jenkinson of Bev's Broadcasting. Pleasure to have your company tuned in for this one. It's 1 versus 4 after round robin. Australian development in their green and gold, taking on Canterbury in their black and red and black colours. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some wheelchair rugby action. Australia winning 2 games and losing one. They won against Canterbury 62-32, D-Sport Waikato 59-48, and had that one loss against Auckland 47-49. They can win the tournament, but they can't be crowned New Zealand national champions. That will go to, if they win the tournament, that'll go to whoever they beat in the final. We get underway. The Australians win the tip-off through Jordan Jackson, Squiddy. He's had a number of supporters on the live stream so far this weekend, I've seen. Double J, Foxley Connolly goes. Foxley Connolly trying to get through Everson. And it's a penalty try to start us off. The Australians leading 1-0. Got any comments or questions, folks? Please put them in the comments. Let us know who you're tuning in from, who you're supporting. There's early turnover here for the Australians, the Australian development side. Foxley Connolly, 13 appearances for these Steelers, these Australian men's side. And they make it 2-0 with that early turnover. Mike Todd moving the court down court. And from Canterbury himself, down to Cameron Whitaker, and the ball is out of court. Come off the front of his chair, so a bit of an early opsy there. Twice from the Chargers. Asked Cameron Whitaker if his wallet was a bit light this morning. He paid for the Canterbury's dinner, Canterbury team's dinner last night. We'll let that Australian back in the country. Shay Graham, first female to represent the Steelers side. Here's Foxley Connolly. It's a good hit. Another couple of good hits from Richardson. But the try being scored by Foxley Connolly. He has 3 early. There with Whitaker. This time the inbound's good. Todd. Ball down to Richardson. Richardson pushing the 3.5. Gets trapped. Gonna have to watch that back half. Does well to stay in there. All over there to Todd. Graham and Jackson fighting for it, and they've got the turnover. Down there to Foxley Connolly. And 3 early turnovers here for the Australian development side. As Jackson makes a hole. 4-0, Foxley Connolly from Australia has them all. Whitaker, long ball down, and there's a foul going against Jordan Jackson here. Illegal use of hands is the call. So Jaden Jackson, will spend a minute of game time. Or a Canterbury try. Whitaker with it. Graham marking, Todd doing some blocking. Foxley Connolly on defence as well. Whitaker going himself, getting over half. 10 seconds to bounce or pass. Whitaker still there. Has Todd in the key. Todd has to get out of the key though. Now back to Whitaker. Canterbury still haven't. Canterbury just opens their account now, and it's 4-1. There with Graham, wearing those bright pink shoes that she's fond of wearing. Wore them in Japan for the Asia Oceania champs. And Foxley Connolly goes over for his 5th. Whittaker has it. Everson doing some blocking for him. Some screening. Todd up high. Ball goes down to Todd, the two-pointer. And a defensive chair as well. And Todd will get his second and Canterbury's second of the game. Cowells Stadium here in Otatahi, Christchurch. Free entry if you're around today. 10:45, 12:45 and 2:45 are the other matches. It's free entry, folks. Another try to Australia's and Foxy Connolly. Tuesday morning and afternoon we'll have the Australian development taking on New Zealand development here at Cowells. 9:30 and 12:30. Both those games will be live on Facebook as well. You can't tune in. As Jacinta Richardson's gone over. And looks as though also Shay Graham needing some repairs. First stoppage we've had of the game. Auckland Canterbury was 49-42 yesterday, Liz. They lost all three games of round robin. 49-42 against Canterbury, Auckland, as I say. 52-37 to D-Sport Waikato. And 62-32 against today's opposition here. Canterbury sitting back on defence. 6-3 with 4:45 to go, first period. Foxley Connolly winding up. Graham doing some great defensive work, pushing Everson out of the way. Now the long ball down to Todd. Todd scores his second. Good Canterbury support here for the home team. Double J, Jaden Jackson with a drag race on with Richardson, and Jackson wins that one. Whittaker to inbound here for the Chargers, and it's gone nowhere. And it's a bit of an oopsie there, that one might make the bloopers. Referees for this game is Lloyd White and Commando, as I've named him. Lincoln Stewart. Commando, because he did an amazing commando role while refereeing yesterday, tripped over himself. Asked him if he was okay with the nickname and he said he loved it, so it sticks. Whittaker, Richardson and Foxy Connolly. Foxy Connolly takes one. Gets another turnover. Now it's off Jaden Jackson. And it's an over and back situation. So Australia development were the first team to touch, last team to touch the ball in the front court. First team to touch, to take possession in the back court. And it's a turnover, just basically the same as basketball. If you understand that rule there. In basketball. Foxy Connolly just being a nuisance again on court for his team, for the opposition. He's got another turnover. And again another turnover here. Just not going Canterbury's way. When they've been good, but when things haven't gone their way, it really hasn't. Good to see Christina's tuning in. Christina, there wasn't actually technical issues this morning. I always go live 10 minutes before a match, before tip-off. Tip-off time is always in the description and on the intro graphic, as there's a timeout called here for Canterbury. So nearing that 12-second mark to get over halfway. Richardson will do the inbounding. It's one of 4 30-second timeouts that each team has. One for Canterbury. Ball up and over. Todd and Everson with themselves and unmarked. Todd scores Canterbury's 5th. Now here with Foxley Connolly on that far side. He just gives some good pushes. Richardson goes in and makes some contact. They can't stop him. Braden's 6th, sorry. 12-5. Yeah, with Richardson on halfway. Lambert on court. And then got to have a ball. And it's 12-6, 2.5 to go, first period. And some great defence here from the home team. It forced the Australian development team to call a timeout here. I see Melanie Lees, David Dewhurst tuning in. Great to see that everything is working there for you, Christina. Yes, sometimes when you try and make the screen bigger, it does do something. Glad it was at your end and not mine for a change. Turnover here for Canterbury, their first of the game. Chance to call one back as we enter the closing stages of the first period. Hope you're doing okay there, David Dewhurst. Supposed to be coaching Canterbury, but suffered an injury in the lead up to the tournament as Canterbury pull one back. Make the margin 5. Ty Martin Page, part of the All-Stars Australian team for the Division 2 at Australian Nationals earlier this year. And it's a knob seat. I would like to say an easy catch there for Whittaker, but pretty much snapped at that. He's lost it. So that turnover that Canterbury Chargers had, they've given it straight back to Australia. Now with Foxley Connolly. Foxley Connolly trying to bash his way through. And try scored. Just need to get 2 wheels. Doesn't matter which ones. There's 2 little wheels at the front and at the back. There's Richardson long down to the 1 quarter. Lyon, Cody Everson with ball, and Lambert has kept it in well. And a timeout. Good turnover there from Lambert. But she does use the Australian second time out of 4. Time back in for the timeout. Sport invented in the 1970s. Originally called Nerdable, which was the name of the Oscar-nominated, Academy Award-nominated documentary film. Then had to change the name of the sport. Trying to advertise a sport that's got murder in it, not really advertising the sun, funny enough. Cam Waraka scores another. His sport, 5th. Mike Todd with the others. Lambert taking it. Bronze in the T34 100 metres Paralympics at Japan, the first non-binary athlete at the Paralympics to win a medal, and Jacinta Richardson goes over again. Probably the award for the most time spent on the floor today, this weekend. The player from Otago. Looks to be okay though, at least. Just back up and running. There with Ty Martin Page. Up to Foxley Connolly. And Foxley Connolly scores. 16-8, the margin is 8. Long ball from Whittaker down to Todd and Connolly fighting. Connolly's going to win it. There's count coming in from the Australian bench. 8 seconds to go. Time might run out here, and it will. Australian Development leading 17-8 over Canterbury Chargers at the end of the first period. We'll be back very shortly for the second period action. Cowells Stadium semi-final number 1. Welcome back, second period action here at Cowells Stadium. It's the Australian Development side up by 9 at the moment. And Canterbury having to use a timeout. Anna Sadler-Jack doing some great defensive work for the Australians. Both teams have used 2 of their 30 seconds. Sadler-Jack, Kucha, Vernon and Foxley Connolly on court for the Australians. Todd, Everson, Whittaker and Richardson on for the Canterbury Chargers. Todd's the one with ball. Sadler-Jack defending. Ball there to Whittaker. Whittaker, big wacky-doo coming on from Sadler-Jack. There with that touchdown and Everson scores right on the buzzer. Will Blake's captain, nicknamed Lion, for his big heart. And it's there with Sadler-Jack in the front court. Richardson and Whittaker doing some defending. There now with Foxley Connolly. 13 appearances since the end of last year for the Australian Steelers top side. Fighting through, can he get through? Just trying to push through. He's going to have to get out of the key. He does. Richardson. And it's 4 on the key against Richardson. So an attacking player can't spend more than 4 seconds, more than 10 seconds in the key. And the defensive side can't spend more than, can't have all 4 players in the key. So Richardson in the key there for a minute of game time or a Australian development try. Croucher with the inbound, there to Sabler-Jack. Sabler-Jack, some good work there by Croucher, given the hole there, and Australia make it a 10-point ball game, 9-point ball game, sorry. There's a question asked on Bev's broadcasting live stream. I have answered, but those of you on the New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby page may have not seen it. Australia 1-2, Auckland 1-2. Some good pick up there from Richardson. Off a loose ball, but Tubbs tipped it off the fingers. So we'll be back with Australia. So yeah, we had 3 teams that 1-2 lost 1. The way it works, the placings after round robin. Who beats who? Oh, it's a turnover here for Canterbury. In the end, they get it. Topsy-turvy stuff, 18-10. The Sabler-Jack takes it. Who beat who between those 3 teams? They all beat each other. And that comes to the points differential between those, in the games played between those 3 teams. Australia Development had a positive, had a points differential of +9. Auckland had +2, and D-Sport Waikato had -7. And some good defensive work again from the Australians, causing Canterbury to call their 3rd timeout now. As the Australians have got another one back. Margin double figures now with 10. Ian Simpson on court for Canterbury. There with Todd. Sabler-Jack and Simpson fighting. Sabler-Jack doing well to mark it on Todd. Todd throwing the ball down over halfway. Foxy Connolly and Simpson, but 3.5 on a 0.5. It's only going to go one way generally. Foxy Connolly with the turnover. (21-10), 5:19. (22-10) now with another turnover. Unfortunately, Simpson just throws it down court, and it's only going to go to a man who's the top try scorer at the moment. And the clock hasn't started, so they have to restart. That turnover for Australia is not going to count. As you may have seen, I started my clock. due to the game clock here at the venue not starting, we'll go back to where the last time was recorded. So I believe may have been 5 minutes 17. Big thanks to the New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby Nationals supporters and sponsors of 2023. Direct Group Uniforms, Christchurch City Council, Lynn River, Four Winds Foundation, Melrose Chairs, Parafed Canterbury, Small Sports Events Fund, and all supporters of our New Zealand regional teams. There's also a Give a Little page for New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby folks. New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby is a registered charity, relies on the support of volunteers, and that Give a Little page goes towards helping the Wheel Blacks and development side go overseas and get more exposure, the development of the game here in New Zealand. Any and all donations greatly appreciated if you can. Just search New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby on givealittle.com. Prucha will inbound the ball there to Lambert. All female lineup, not the first time this weekend. Lambert, Prucha, Sabler-Jack and Graham on court for the Australians. Todd, Simpson, Richardson and Whitaker. Lambert going round, gives it off to Sabler-Jack. Sabler-Jack works her way through, just moves her chair sideways out of the pick and scores. 23-10, sorry. Ball down, Richardson claims it, gets off Lambert as well. And Richardson scores Canterbury's 11th, 23-11. Liliana Prucha to do the inbounding. Sabler-Jack receiving the ball. 10 seconds to bounce or pass. Sabler-Jack with the dummy and scores. 4.5 to go, second period. Ian Simpson going through for the inbound. Just having to find some support with this tight Australian defence. Gets it there to Todd. Todd down to Whitaker. And claimed there by Graham, so we turnover. Ball there with Sabler-Jack. Can't get it away to Lambert though. It'll be Canterbury ball. Future of New Zealand Development Rugby, as David Dewhurst says, looking pretty strong. Looking forward to these two development games, as there's a 1 metre violation called, and it will be against Liliana Prucha. Any player, defensive or attacking, can't be within a metre of the inbounder before the player inbounds. That's what that call was. As Canterbury cough up that one player advantage. Ball's just gone walkabouts, rollavouts. No try. Todd forcing Lambert out. Wheelchair Rugby, you've got to score a try between the cones. can see. There with Whittaker. Whittaker pushing. Jack. Good hit on him. On Todd. And it's out of court. And it'll be Australian ball again. There's two matches between New Zealand development and Australia development coming up on this Tuesday here at Cowells Stadium. 9:30am and 12:30am. Live on Facebook if you can't make it in person. If you can, please do come down. It's free entry. Sablerjack just bounces it to herself. She'll score 25-11. There with Whittaker. Levi Mihaka on court. Plays wheelchair table tennis. Move to Dunedin on Tuesday actually, and an 8-day road trip featuring on the next season of Unbreakable, documentary series about people with disabilities in their life, on TVNZ1 in May later this year. As Lambert has it. Lambert's got Graham high. Todd is the only Canterbury player though. Todd trying to stop Lambert and can't. 26-12, the Australians leading. Margin 14, and there's a equipment timeout being called by Lambert. Bit of a tie issue. Keep the questions and comments rolling through the live stream, folks. I'm managing to check at every stoppage just to see if there is anything. Monday marked the 1 year to go till the Paris Paralympics. Australia and New Zealand failed to qualify at the Asia Oceania. They will have one more chance in March. Is Mike Todd having to call Canterbury's last time out. Venue to be determined early next month by World Wheelchair Rugby. The two possibilities are the Netherlands or Wellington, New Zealand. Te Whatu Ora Atara, capital of Aotearoa. Te Whanganui Atara, sorry I should say. There's the ball down to Cody Everson. Does well, just sat in his lap. Fingers crossed though that that tournament will be in New Zealand's capital. There's a call out 5-4-3 on the try clock. Everson going to be held up, is he? Yes, he will. And it's the second 40-second violation we've had at this weekend. We have 40 seconds to score a try in wheelchair rugby. Came in from 2009. Sport before 2008 was played without a try clock. So you saw teams that would pull out to a healthy advantage and just sit there and hold the ball. Made for some low scoring games. Now 27-12, long ball from Whittaker. Finds Todd. Wasn't the prettiest, but it worked. And Lambert gets a hand in the way. Now there with Sablerjack from Graham. Sablerjack sitting in the key, and it's a 10 in the key called against Liliana Prucha, and it's no try. So an offensive player can't spend 10 seconds or more with 10 seconds in the key, that white area you can see and take, and it's forced a turnover. Because it's a turnover, the player doesn't go to the bin. If you'd like to see some photos from this weekend, L Exton, Alpha Lima, Exton, EXTON, photography on Facebook and Instagram. Doing some marvellous work with their photos. As Sablerjack moving it down court. Graham's there. Graham just blocks off Everson, makes sure he can't affect the try, and it's 28-13. Everson has it. Now Todd, ball up and over to Cameron Whittaker. As I said in the first period, he's playing with light pockets. He paid for the whole Canterbury team's dinner last night when they went out. A very generous man. Even said to him, we'll let you back in the country. There's a loud pop there. First loud one we've had of the game. It'll be the third one. And it looks as though it's Cam Whittaker that's the man that's been stopped. It's a tie change from Greg Mitchell and Harry Palmer. Greg Mitchell commentated with me in the third game yesterday. There with Everson. Just under a minute to play before the first half. Action ends in the semi-final number one, and Mihaka's dropped it. There will be a highlights and lowlights or bloopers package posted to Bev's Broadcasting and New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby page, Facebook pages. There with Shay Graham, now with Alice Sablerjack. Sablerjack throwing, trying to get round Everson blocks. Now with Lambert setting up, going back, and now they're going forward. Try clock under 10 seconds now. And is it winding it down, and try scored. 10 seconds left on the try clock. Good morning to Heather Daly, who's tuning in from Australia. Heather, there seems to be a lot of support for Jacinta. It's great to see. Mike Todd chasing along. Mike Todd is going to score me right on the buzzer. Right on the buzzer. And that is half time here. It is Australian Development 30 leading Canterbury 15. We'll be back very shortly for the second half action. Welcome back, third period action, and it's the Australian team opening up their account first. 31-15, Australian Development leading Canterbury Chargers, with loose over the top of Mike Todd's head. There'll be another turnover as Jordan Jackson splitting on court. Jackson, Foster Connolly, Fo Vernon and Ty Martin Page on for the Australian Development. Jacinda Richardson. Mike Todd, Mitch Simpson and Cam Whittaker on court. Turnover here. the Australians. 32-15. Apologies, I've just seen here the date is turning into next good and not Australia like I originally read. 33-15. There's really been Australian developments game so far. And as they fight, there with Richardson, bit of ping pong going on. And Mike Todd will score Canterbury's first of the third period, second half. Keep the comments and questions coming, folks. So, as I said, I'll try and get round to them when I can. If you want shout-outs, I'll give shout-outs if I see them. I do apologise though if I do miss any. Bevin Jenkinson is my name of Bev's Broadcasting. Set up after seeing what the Australians did in the 2018 World Champs. There's Mike Todd. Canterbury have used all their timeouts. Goes down to Whittaker, but Jordan Jackson, double J, Squiddy, picks it up instead. There's another turnover. Jordan Jackson. Goes over for this third of the period. 36-16. Of course, my live stream though is nothing on the live streaming. Who does all the wheelchair rugby action nationals in Australia. For Australians, are not bad guys actually. Be live. There, and it's come off Foxy Connolly. Yes, it has. And Jacinta Richardson pulling the inbound. Todd gives it off to her. Wants to back out. Double J going around, Jaden Jackson. There with Whittaker, Whittaker juggles, Whittaker cleans it. Off to Richardson, Richardson trying to get through, does! Get off! (36-17). And there's an official's timeout. And it appears as though the clock wasn't started. Try doesn't count for Canterbury. It's 36-16 it remains with 5:33 left third period. And there's an equipment on Mitch Simpson. Originally from Hamilton, now living down here in Otatahi, Christchurch. Now Foxy Connolly will score another one. 37-16. there with Whittaker and Todd, Richardson and Connolly. And a bit of a how-to-do on Father's Day too. There's Whittaker trying to push over. And he does. Yes, he does. He does push Bevin over the try line. And gets the try, 37-17. Goes through Whittaker and Richardson. Another one to his Kelly. A lot of talk going on. And it's gone out. Still to stay with Canterbury though. There's some substitutions coming on for the Canterbury side. Everson and Carter coming onto the court. Carter for the first time today. Jacinta Richardson and Mitchell Simpson coming off. Australia looking to make some subs at the next break as well. Now Whittaker's going the wrong way. And it's back to Bevin. Foxley Connolly off the double J. Scotty, Jaden Jackson. I've seen that happen before, seen it in basketball actually, but never seen it this late in the third quarter. We're all human beings, all make mistakes. There with Cody Everson. Everson kept rounding Scotty. There to Whittaker. Now still with Whittaker, sorry. As Ant Carter's gone right out of court. And it'll be a turnover ball. He was trying to push an Australian player out, and he's just run out of space. So the Australian development team will head ball back. On the other side of that, if an Australian player had been out of court and not a penalty try, it would have resulted in that Australian player going to the bin. Jaden Jackson beating Whittaker on the chase. 40-17. Whittaker takes it. Man from Brisbane in Australia. Fires it down to Everson. Everson has Foxley Connolly. Taps his pick bar. Sablerjack and Jaden Jackson, as well as Ruby Gallagher on them. He's on court for the first time in this match. There with Whittaker. 10 seconds left, and Everson scores his third of the game. 40-18. Just over 3 minutes to play, third up. Third period. Shout out as Chris Bond says. Good morning to you there, Bondi. To the Australian fathers, Bo Vernon, Jason Lees and Greg Smith. And no try. And Sablerjack taking that ball after she definitely crossed the line there. Chris Bond, one of the top Australian players. There's Todd throwing it down to Everson. Everson, the one-pointer, juggling, leaves the ball behind. And Jaden Jackson picking it up. So he also cleaned off David's father, who's got the ball currently. Intercept there from Cartman. Turnover balls here for the Canterbury Chargers. And Cam Whitaker scores 40-19. Big collisions, but it's not going to stop Foxy Connolly from scoring. There's about 20 people in the grandstand here, Heather, watching the game. It's a rough estimate. It is free entry here. I don't know, Christchurch. I don't know, he being the suburb, Otatahi being Christchurch's name and Tereo. As Ella goes up and down. There now to Whitaker. Whitaker winding up. He's got 12 seconds to score the try. And it's Carter out of court again. So it'll be a turnover. Just not being aware on court. Ball goes down to Sablerjack. Whitaker and Everson trying to stop him from scoring. Big collision coming in, stops her. She's having to get out of the court. Now Jackson coming back. So is Connolly. Gallagher making it up court as well. And Foxy Connolly squeezes through. 42-19. Just under a minute to play. Here with Mike Todd, wearing the number 8. As Todd gets out of Sablerjack. And Todd gets around on that right hand post. With 30 seconds to score, 30 seconds left in this third period, sorry. Third, one of those. Margin 22. Hans Carter going in there and fighting for a turnover. Can't. Foxy Connolly with it. Foxy Connolly just winding down the clock. There's a count coming in from his team. Todd going in there to stop. And gets a try with 1 second left, third period. Shout out to the New Zealand supporters and sponsors of the 23 New Zealand Nationals. Director Uniforms, Christchurch City Council, Lynn River, Four Winds Foundation, Melrose Chairs, Parafed Canterbury, Small Sports Events Fund, and all the supporters and sponsors of our New Zealand regional teams. Back very shortly for fourth period action. Australian Development in command, 43-20. Alright, welcome back. Fourth period action, semi-final number 1. Australian Development Looks as though they'll be cruising through to the final. Canterbury charges through Dylan Lloyd. The score. Fellow commentator yesterday. For a game, his first place. Seemed to enjoy it. Australia Development will take on the winner of Auckland and Newport Waikato. That'll be at 10:45. And Edison coming on. That'll be live at 10:45, folks. On a separate link. You can find the links on the Bev's Broadcasting and New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby pages. But they are able to be watched on the page even if you don't have the link. Graham, Foxy Connolly, Vernon and Martin Page on court for the Australians. Richardson, Everson, Todd and Lloyd on court for Canterbury Chargers, the home side. Lloyd and Richardson usually play for Otago though. Ball there to Lloyd. Lloyd gets it on the bounce and Lloyd scores. Martin Page with the give and go with Vernon. Foxy Connolly. Foxy Connolly's got Graham high. Graham takes it. Vernon helping her out. And Richardson coming in. He scores. Does Shay Graham. One of the unique things about wheelchair rugby, it's one of the very few sports that are viewed through full contact sports where both men and women get to play together and against each other as some illegal use of hands and try scored 45-23. Now Graham with ball. Foxy Connolly has it. And 12-second violation. Some good defence work there being shown by the Canterburyans. Minutes 20 left this last period. 10:45 we'll see D-Sport Waikato taking on Auckland. 12:45 you'd imagine Canterbury Chargers will take on the loser of the Auckland D-Sport Waikato game for third place. And then at 12:45, the Australian Development will take on the winner of Auckland versus Waikato D-Sport at 2:45. All those games, folks, live on New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby and Bev's Broadcasting Facebook, and Lloyd just throws it straight to Shay Graham, who's sitting basically on the line. 47-24. As Everson almost tips over. And Foxy Connolly gets the ball. He scores. I'd say he scored about 35 or 48 tries there for the Australian Development side. He's had some time off court. Lloyd giving chase, and Lloyd can't get there. Just out of his reach, the 2-pointer. The grunts, as I call them. Anything below 2 is generally classed as a low pointer. Anything above a 2 is a high pointer. Your 2s, and sometimes your 2.5s will switch between the attacking and defending as well. And there's another try scored there, 49-24. With Todd. Todd getting around Vernon and no problems, and scores 49-25, 4:52 left. Coach's timeout being called. Some substitutions coming on court as well. The Australian bench just having a bit of a chat, probably more of a relaxing one than talking to. The margin being 24 at the moment. Is Martin Page, lives in Adelaide, from Richmond and Melbourne, supports the Richmond Tigers. Now with Lambert, and gives it off to Foxley Connolly. The score brings up the half century. Todd down court, Whittaker doing some blocking for him. Todd trying to go through the middle. Lambert getting her hands in there, and just trying to force the ball out. And can't. Todd bouncing the ball. 13 seconds left on the try clock. Now 10. Lambert going in. Todd forcing his way through. And try scored. 4:04 left. And as the ball's come off Mihaka's back, still there with Foxley Connolly. Now with Robin Lambert. And they score their first one of the match. Lambert, 51-26. Todd, Mihaka, and Mihaka gets over. Mihaka's second of the tournament. (51-27). Make that 52-27. Lambert get their second. Australia development just sitting back in the key waiting. Whittaker makes a spot for Todd, and Todd goes through. (52-28). Ball, and Lambert's giving chase. Picks it up. And Simpson having to get out of the court, out of the key, sorry. Whittaker bumping Lambert. Todd still with ball. Mihaka up and over. Mihaka scores his third of the tournament, second of the game. Foxley Connolly scored more than 3 in this period, I imagine. So he's been Australia Development's high scorer. It's Australia Development, they head back to the key. Todd and Whittaker working with Mihaka and Simpson for Canterbury. Ball up, Whittaker gets his first in a while. 54-30. Put over there to Foxley Connolly, and he's in a bit of a drag race with Mike Todd. Todd, no chance of stopping him. And we have another coach's timeout. Another 60-second timeout, I should say, sorry, from Australia. 2 minutes 18 left, and it looks as though they're going to run an all-female lineup again. Second time today at least. Lambert, Preacher, Graham and Sablerjack. Every female player on court. Well, each team is only allowed a total of 8 classification points in total. For each female on court, you're allowed 0.5. So Australia under theft is an illegal player leaving the court, and it's a penalty try. 55-31 with just 2 minutes to go in this game. Semi-final number 1, 2023 New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby Nationals. Alice Sablerjack has it. And so effectively they can run a 10-point lineup if they wish, the Australians. If they wished. The Canterburyans just looking at things. Todd has the ball high in the court, knowing they can't win this. 25 points in a minute 10. 8 on the try clock. Whittaker pushing, and it's a legal player leaving the court, so it's against Preacher. Getting a bit of help. And it's 56-32. 103 left. Preacher off to Lambert. Lambert pushing. And Sablerjack high, but not needing her. Lambert does it themselves. 57-32. Now it's Whittaker. Inside the last 30 seconds almost, as Whittaker scores his third in this period. Just a reminder, the second semi-final between Auckland and D-Sport Waikato tipping off at 10:45. We'll have the live stream from 10:35. You can catch that live on both Bev's Broadcasting and New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby Facebook pages. Canterbury will play the loser of that game, and Auckland the third, and Australia Development will play the winner for the final. Australia, they can win the tournament. They can win New Zealand Nationals, as this one is loose and it's out, but it'll be with Australia. they can win the tournament, New Zealand Nationals, but they can't be New Zealand National Champion. That will go, if they do win the final, that'll go to whoever they play in that final. There's ball here, down to Saberjack, and that'll be it. That'll be all she wrote for semi-final number 2. Australian Development, they have won semi-final number 1, sorry. 58 over Canterbury Chargers 33. Positive there for the Canterbury Chargers. They scored one more try than they did against the Australian Development earlier, and conceded 4 tries less. So an improvement there. A positive for the Chargers. Tune back at 10:45 on a new link, folks. We'll have it. Auckland taking on D Sport Waikato, semi-final number 2. Winner of that one will take on the Australian Development in the 2023 New Zealand Nationals.